What up, everyone? Shark here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a fun CoH3 cast for you guys today. We got our two of the best players in the game, guys that are not willing to test the meta, especially with the new patch. I find this approach to be a little bit more satisfying. What you're going to see here is Havoc playing USF up against Nub playing Vare. We're on Faymonville. The co-caster is Silverstatic. Lots of good conversation. We did this one live on Twitch, so there is a little bit of back and forth with the Twitch chat as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the game. Let's get to it. Hell yeah. All right. In blue, we've got Nub. He's getting a second Pioneer immediately going infantry company. In red, we've got Havoc playing USF. He's immediately going barracks. He's got one scout, building an engineer. So apparently we're getting away from the double scout opener meta. And we are on Faymonville. So, Silver, this is a little bit of a classic map. You got any thoughts on the kind of the map approach here?
I've learned a lot of how to play company heroes due to getting up at into like mid elo, like 1400 on Wehrmacht on this map early on in CoH3, and then getting absolutely destroyed by high elo players. Definitely just good map to teach you how to manage where you're spreading out and concentrating at the same time. It's easy to get like carried away, especially on like Wehrmacht, just going for caps and just getting absolutely crushed when someone pulls together or when you're playing at stack on this map. So I definitely like playing kind of exactly how Nub is playing right now. At the start, just kind of going out wide and feeling out, and then trying to see where you can go from there. And definitely like the sandbags in the middle every time.
Yeah,
because that makes it a lot easier to hold that entire crossroad area, just holding the sandbags on the point.
And the sandbags build so fast now. This is also really funny to me. Like, these guys have higher APM while they're typing a conversation to each other than I do when I'm like hard sweating, not paying attention to anything else. I do want to point out I like Nub's approach here, right? He's got his Pyos on the flanks capping, and then he's got his combat unit, the Grenadiers, kind of rolling up through the center. And to your point, they're immediately just going to hop back on those sandbags.
Yeah, it just gives you a lot of control versus getting stuck on one half of the map.
Nub has gone Terror, but good guy Nub has chosen the veteran gunners heavy gunnery as opposed to Terror. So
I don't think I've ever had anyone use heavy gunnery against me in game on live. Like,
yeah,
at all.
I think that they were probably worried about it being overtuned, and so they undertuned it. Because I remember the Kubelwagen and Sturmpio strat from Co2 when the Kubelwagen could suppress. You just drive around the map, suppress the squad, run it over the Sturmpios, suppress the squad, run it over Sturmpios. It was gross.
Yeah, I don't have too much experience with Co2, so I'm not familiar with seeing that, so I'm interested to see what he does with it.
Yeah.
I imagine he'd be going Scout Car with it, but he's going Panzergren because pretty obvious reason why he's doing that right now.
Yeah,
I have to imagine a fast half track.
The 251 can also use it, so. I like this. The Grens actually swapped to focus on the engineers, probably because of that super high short range DPS. Yeah, they're going to have to retreat here.
Yeah, I saw the swap too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Nub's already got mines going down. I think is smart. Havoc hasn't chosen Battlegroup yet.
Havoc always does that. Something I've been trying to do on USF, but I just love blitzing right into Battlegroup stuff. But I've been trying it because Havoc always shows off how USF can do a lot with the hold off on that.
Yeah.
On the same note as like watching Havoc there, I think Fayo is a great map to like watch games on. I feel like it's a pretty easy map to like sort of see why people are doing stuff compared to some of the other 1v1 maps. Like you can kind of just how the nature of the map works, especially late game. I learned a lot watching people play like Crusaders into like Brumbars and stuff on this map.
So one
favorite maps to watch.
One piece of little inside knowledge on this particular version of Faymonville. So this map was basically resurrected by K-Pen, but AE had a lot to do with it. And they actually went around and checked like every single angle with MG arts to make sure that MGs couldn't cover more than like one angle at a time. So if you go MG heavy on this map, it can be a little bit of a trap and set you up for, because they tried to set it up for infantry flanks, which I think is kind of cool.
Yes, I like using MGs a lot, just aesthetically. It's definitely a hard map to like go heavy on them. But on the left side here, where the grins are right now, I like using MGs a lot in that area. When you're on Nub's side, you can get some nice hold off there without having to invest too much in the area.
Yeah. Worth noting, Havoc got some decent fuel harassment.
Yeah, you got both of them.
Yeah. And so he's got a med station going down. He's gone weapon support center. His first Giga truck is on the way, and he's unlocked heavy. He's gone heavy weapons. So
these things are so nasty right now. Like this is this is by far like the closest I think to anything that is gonna like be distilled into a near like sapper meta type thing. These come out so fast, and they're just so crazy what you can do with them just based on what build you're doing, what unit you put in them. Anything from like a flamer to a rifle to a zook. You can switch it up, and then you can lead them right into the half track swaps. It's just you can do so much with it.
Yeah, so we see double rifle squad in the assault half track. At least they don't get the assault disembark.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, like just supercharged rifleman. But Nub actually reacts to it pretty quick, and so Havoc's gonna recapture that fuel. Oh, and now there we go. Exchangeable parts, quad mount in. Havoc, I think is that ISC? I know he got the captain. Yeah, he went infantry support.
Yeah, he went ISC.
So
heavy weapons ISC is probably my favorite USF build right now.
I would love to see mechanized support center for the heavy barrels with this quad mount. 251 is Stummel's just about to hit. It does take a fair amount of damage from the quad mount. Oh, quad mount eats a shot from the Stummel.
Yeah, quads just eat up 251s.
And you know, they should.
It's this unit got me playing USF in the first place. It's
the quad
really
mount
underrated by a lot of people at low elo, and then it's just everywhere at high elo sometimes.
I still struggle to make it work. I'm convinced that it's a skill issue. Like Ares constantly tells me like, oh yeah, it's really good. Get the heavy barrels. It smokes people. And I use it. I'm firing rubber bullets.
I think it used to be a lot easier to use before they changed around how the accessing it worked. Like back when you could just MSC it like armored or get it out like insanely fast and then just roll back off the map. And the 250s didn't have the armor to stand up to it frontally at all. Like you could just kill a Panzergren before it could even try to get close, as long as you had vision screening for it.
Yeah.
Now it definitely has a little bit more nuance to it, especially in the DAC matchup. It used to just kind of be like free real estate.
Well, the P-Grans have done a good job ignoring
they
it.
just got the wipe on he's lost a Pio in the back there by the
rifles.
Stummel.
Go for a flank on the Stummel. Hit a well-placed mine from Nub. That answers the question whether or not Havoc saw it go down. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Oh, Nub, nice hit
Another
on the
hit.
quad over the building there.
And he's got the threat of the Willie Pete round as well, the blinding shot. So them 16 can't just go in on it.
Oh, the rifles are going to get a snare off on it. I wonder if the quad dives it at this point.
Does he go for it?
Pios are right there.
Pretty far away.
I think he's too busy, and actually he's got to scoot away because the Grens come in with that Panzerfaust.
It's the Minesweeper micro.
Now, let's see. Fuel's relatively even right now. Oh, MG is doing a little bit of damage to the Stummel.
Is he popping scoot? No.
Yeah, I say like Quad thought about chasing, but he used it to back away from those Grens.
Oh, he did? Okay.
No,
he also just hit a mine in there, so diving in isn't probably the best idea.
Yeah, a little suspicious. 50 cal unlocked.
Did he get heavy barrels? He doesn't have heavy barrels, Ares, because he went IST.
Yeah. Thank you. Man, look at goated co-caster paying attention to the Twitch chat too. I appreciate you. All right.
I couldn't even get the replay going at first, bro.
What's up?
I couldn't even get the replay going at first, but we're doing okay.
So the second squad of P-Grans out. I kind of wonder if a Pack 40 might not be a good choice as well.
This is the decision I struggle with on this map, being like kind of mid at this game. Right here, like I don't know if I show the pack if I'm going to be ready for when he brings another vehicle out, or if I'm just going to overinvest into the M16, die to a million rifles taking the entire map from me, or end up with no true AT and just the Willy P to the Stummel mines and snares when a Greyhound or more half tracks start pushing in. That's what I really struggle with in these situations.
Wow, Pgren's picked up the captain right now.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to steal his machine gun, too.
Yeah.
Nice. Pgren's now even better at range. Another Giga truck arrives, this time with the 75 mil. Stummel trying to dodge. Ooh. Oh, almost gets picked up. Havoc loses a scout squad as well to the Panzer Grenadiers. I think that's the no quarter. Or no, contempt for the weak. As they retreat, they get a little DPS buff. So if you're on the right spot on the retreat path, it actually puts you at greater risk.
Yeah, contempt for the weak is great. I love this ability.
Yeah. The other thing, I'm seeing a lot of healthy respect for grenades in this patch. Which is nice to see. You got to take them seriously. Worth noting, Go ahead.
I love the grenade changes are great. I haven't seen too much of it here just because of the matchup. Grenades are already pretty relevant. But the rifles one feels really nice, at least playing against. I've been mostly putting time on Wehrmacht. I like even the Gren's nade feels pretty impactful now when you land it, especially with the range you can chuck it at.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like that it has a little bit of range, like, you know, using the idea of like the Stielhandgranate, like, yeah, you should be able to throw it further because it's got that sweet handle on it, but maybe it does slightly less damage because half the grenade is just a piece of wood. But before it was kind of a toy, and so now that it's actually doing work, that's nice. Oh, first strike bonus. Nub. Will he hit the... Oh, just no vision.
Nothing. Is it an arc still? It's kind of toned in the arc.
Yeah, it's in the arc. He has to scoot those pyros forward, but he's busy repairing his Stummel. It's crazy to see how much work these guys are doing to just basically hold on to their fuel. Oh, blinding shot, just not enough to finish the quad 50.
He went for the lob shot. I love doing that.
Yeah, he did. Oh, it's a good thing the 50 was targeting the Grenadiers because I feel like it would have shredded that 251.
And then Captain holding off while rifle comes over on the left side to hold the fuel. Yeah,
I thought it like really interesting to me that Havoc chose to rebuild the captain. Like, I think that's a good indicator of how important that unit is. And if you're not making use of it as a USF player, or if you lose it and don't rebuild it, like, you're probably not thinking about the unit the right way. Nice little dip and dodge with the Panzer Grenadiers on the 50 cal to force it to break down and move again. Now it has to retreat. That was a really, really nice play from Nub. Grenadiers forced off by captain and rifles. Nub, actually, he's floating a ton of fuel. We're going to see a second pack 40.
This is what I've been doing with Wehrmacht, is terror into T4 fast, and it's been pretty nice, especially with Panzergrens and paint guns in the lower team count modes.
Yeah.
Where that shines a bit better.
He's going for a third Panzer Grenadier.
I'm lucky with the pack shot missing the snare follow-up.
Yeah, just slightly out of position. Ooh, that grenade does a lot of damage to those Grens. Grens arrived to save the day.
Back to what you mentioned about the captain, though. Yeah, having him out and having the marked target, especially if someone is doing something like going for fast T4, the P4s, it can just devastate a P4, especially with the frontal armor on the P4 being as low as it really is. People kind of forget that, I feel like, especially at low reload. The P4 itself is pretty light on the front as far as the mediums in the game go. So if you drop marked target on it with captain with the increased damage, you can really just drag it down really quick and catch an overextended, even slightly T4 out for a really good value trade, especially if you consider the fact that they pushed into it early with the T4 cost. Just getting a half track in there and trading it out for the P4 can just kind of end the whole game for the Wehrmacht right there.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Maybe you don't have the... Oh, grenade trade.
Yeah. For a second, I thought Nub was going to throw the bundle like on the retreat path, but they both dodged fairly effectively. I want to point out, Nub his Stummel micro has been on point. Forced a couple of treats, is already on vet 3, and he's got 2 pack 40s to back it up. The other thing, you know, he could have gone and built his tier 4 early, but he didn't have enough fuel to like immediately build a P4. Oh, these rifles are done. There's no way they get away from this.
Not with the buff active and the the lead grenade. Oh, a little ahead of time. Oh, they're gonna make it.
No,
oh no, he almost had spears.
Oh, not enough for the Faust on the quad 50.
He does get the fuel decapped and recapped though.
That fuel advantage is nice.
And he's got his Pio on the flank there to cause a little hassle. Yeah, if you go back to the Stummel that you mentioned though too, having it at 3, if you're going to Stummel, this has to be your plan. Like you can't. I don't feel like you could invest in the Stummel and even like contemplate losing it. Like it has to basically live like the whole game.
Yeah. Well, it gets. Oh, it's done here.
The double dive. Yeah,
well, the pack 40 is in a great spot. Oh, but it's just out of position.
Oh, does he get the follow up on the?
Still camouflage. And it whiffs its first strike. Are you kidding me? Oh, all right.
So, out, but I think the Stummel is way worse of a swap out there.
Havoc actually swapped both of his half tracks to the quad 50 just for that dive. Oh. It takes one shot. Goes for a shoot and scoot. The P-Gren's doing a little bit of damage. Can the pack 40 get one more shot off?
He didn't mess up the driving away there, but he got out.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice dive.
Oh. Nub does the pump fake on the bundle grenade. But it's a second machine gun. Maybe a second 50 cal here. Worth noting, Havoc also floating. There we go. He's going for his tier 4. And look how aggressive Nub is being up on the top there. He's about to have... yeah. He's contested all of Havoc's
He's contesting the entire map of fuels right now. Right, Havoc has... He's training up another rifle right now. Just like Sean was saying. Probably felt the same thing Sean was saying watching the map there.
Yeah.
Needed more rifles out.
But it looks like he got a third rifle out. I really liked the last game I casted, Stana's approach, where he basically paired an MG with a rifle squad. It was a nice counter to the P-Grens, because anytime the P-Gren encountered the rifles, there was an MG in the back to suppress. And that totally flips the engagement for you.
Yeah, the rifles make a super nice screen for the MGs in this build, especially considering when you have ISC stacking up on everything.
Yeah, and no MGs from the Wehrmacht. Well, the 50 cal, it suppresses so fast.
Yeah, get them real good. He also had threw the marked target on there as well for the Stummel, I believe, for the dive. I think it's on cooldown. So those M16s would have been doing even more damage.
And it certainly didn't hurt, although I think either way, with the situation that was in...
Oh yeah, it was definitely dead.
Yeah, it was dead.
Especially with how those packs worked out.
Oh, these Pios. Nub, you're pioneers. Oh, he found them, but they're going to take some damage. Now, 2 rifles and a captain against the Vet 2 P-Gren squad. They trigger their victory button, but they are starting to... Oh! Nice mine from Nub. I don't think it's enough to flip the engagement, though.
And he couldn't stand and fight to take advantage of the retreat either.
Yeah. Well, 2 more P-Gren squads arrived, though, and now...
Yeah, it was like 3 P-Grens deep. He's got 5 mainlines out with the Grens. I guess that's the advantage of skipping on the MGs for this setup. You just end up with 2 Grens without over-investing in tier 1, considering the Gren changes. It seems weird not to cut them out because of the changes to MGs and stuff, but... when I think of it that way, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
So 1 P-Gren squad gets the Contempt for the Weak bonus. Oh, Grenadiers on the 50 cal flank here. And Havoc's just going to retreat it. He sees it. God, it's like these guys have a second set of eyes. Like, they just see everything that's happening all over the map. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, if I was Nub and Havoc was pushing across the map wide like that with the MGs and everything, I would have just about fell apart.
Oh, Pioneer squad. Gun down, defusing a mine in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, Nub is going Brumbear, which is it's an interesting choice.
He's got the double pack.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he's also got 3 Pigren squads. Well, now Havoc has 4 rifles, so that might be why. He's gotten BARs on him.
oh,
No advanced logistics, but he's also not
Look at
having
this.
any.
Look at this mid camo change right here being relevant.
Oof.
That would have been spotted prior, but with the change to main lines, the packs would have just roll right up and drop the rounds.
That was a nice play from Nub to clean up that quad mount. Havoc's
Packs
got.
feel. Not over here. Packs definitely feel a little bit more like early pre changes to how they operated, how camo operated with everything. You can definitely bring them a lot closer to the fight and sneak them in for cheeky kills now. Whereas for a while, it felt like if anything came on screen with them, they were just spotted pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that again. That was one of my favorite parts about playing this OQ into the Panzergrens.
Yeah.
And then there's none of those half tracks around, right? Because you just picked one off, so there's nothing to convert for ATHCs as Brumbear's got free reign.
And Havoc, upon seeing the Brumbear, cancels his Sherman and immediately goes for a Hellcat, which probably smart. He's got the 2 machine guns. He's got 4 rifles. He doesn't necessarily need the anti-infantry right now. Seochan, to answer your question, no upgrades from the ISC yet for Havoc. So no advanced logistics, no survival training.
He's getting a Hellcat.
Oh, I thought that was a nice grenade from the rifles onto those Panzer Grenadiers, but doesn't do much, and that engineer squad gun down as well. Yeah,
No extra models on the contempt. Happened with the packs.
About Nub, he's got. It feels like he's in the driver's seat here. Havoc's up on tickets, and KD.
Your only AT being a Hellcat with 2 camo packs rolling around with no scout is definitely a scary place to be.
Yeah.
That's just one bad misplay on, especially with a double snare threat out too.
Look at the arc on that Brumbear round. What happened?
It seems to tweak out a little bit when there's like an object in the way that doesn't really block vision, but still an object like the tree. I think might have been the situation there.
Oh, the P-Grand's in the bundle.
Here.
Oh, bundle grade just a little early, but maybe.
And for the week.
Oh, just not enough. Hellcat's over here.
Spotted out at least. Didn't even move the packs.
At the very least, you don't have to worry about the Hellcat doing any damage to your Panzer Grenadiers. But
yeah, I agree with you, John. I like ISC heavy weapons going more for like a mid-game build around like the left side of the tree. A lot of fun with ISC upgrades involved.
It was,
we just try to like overwhelm the Rumbar here, but with the P-Grens around, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Big salvo into the Hellcat. It's already back for repairs.
Now, is the Hellcat a misplay? Or was that all he could do? Because he'd already gone for the tier 4 and his half tracks died along that way.
I think I mean, it's better than a Sherman, right? Because it'll actually.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is all he's kind of left with after going tier 4 and losing the his ATHDs.
Yeah. Now he's got weapon supports. Oh, another Captain Retinue knocked out. They managed to mark the target, but like to your point, those 2 camoed pack 40s on the flank. Hellcat doesn't really have a whole lot he can do.
Well, his rifles are on top of the
pack 40s. Yeah. There we go. Little nice penetration thanks to mark target. Oh, P-Grens eat a rifle grenade. They swap in for a bundle. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The bundle still tactical nuke.
Oh, I can't see on it.
And Nub is going to punish this rifle squad way back. He needs to be careful though, because if that Hellcat gets a couple. Oh, the sidearm
no
bounces it. Oh, that's RNG's is saying, yeah, this Brumbar is going to live a little longer.
On the 150. Dang. There's the Hellcat.
Yeah.
Still no ISC upgrades from Havoc as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is his comeback plan just getting to Pershing?
Yeah, but he's like, what, 5 minutes away from a Pershing just based on fuel? Oh, Brumbear bounces yet another Hellcat shot.
Did they get the snare off? They did get the snare off. Is he going for it?
It's engine critted, but the double Pack 40. I love this from Havoc, right? He knows the Pack 40s are back there somewhere, so he's scooting forward and then backing up, using that house to keep them from shooting. And he's also got this
fool. She stepped over the fence for 12 seconds. 0.12 seconds. Instantly died.
Oh, that Brumbear is dangerously low. Havoc really wants it. He's going around for the side shot. Wow, somehow it survives. Now double Pack 40.
That Brumbear is looking.
Oh, Hellcat picks up the Brumbear Pack 40s. They're going to set up. Will they get the shot off?
Doesn't matter if they do. That was a good
the flanking speed from the Hellcat.
Putting that engine crit up there right on top of the gun, so they had no chance. Just like he did, he dove past the guns, got the shot off.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely how much he had riding that Brumbear was a sketchy move.
Yeah.
So what does Nub do now? He's about to just lose a lot of momentum, and now that opens up the map for Havoc's options and what he can make, or buy into upgrades in ISC. Now he doesn't have to worry about killing that thing.
I would go into P4s personally. I feel like he's gonna go King Tiger because he's Nub and he loves that like cheeky play. And these P-Grins, meanwhile, just anytime they catch a rifle out on its own, they just shred.
Especially with the Vet 3.
Yeah. The Vet 3 50 cal though.
Mess.
Yeah, Grins are like, we want nothing to do with this and just immediately bounce. And the AoE suppression on a Vet 3 50 cal.
That's the Pershing lock-in for Havoc.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna see. I think a Pershing supported by a Hellcat is gonna be nasty, and then for Noah, I'm fairly certain we're gonna see a KT here. Nice use of the grenade to force the Panzergrens away.
Lots of cat pressure as well coming out from Nub. No captain is pretty good for Nub going into the late game though if he brings out a KT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, killing the captain retinue twice is pretty big. Oh, and Havoc's also got rapid reposition, which that's going to help his MG teams.
Absolutely goated ability.
Yeah.
Rapid reposition is hilarious.
Look at this engineer's riding on the Hellcat just to get to the front a little bit faster.
Tank riding is extremely underrated, especially on these new patches. It's really good now.
Yeah.
You can get away with a lot on it. I mean, you shouldn't just do it willy-nilly, but the reason not to take advantage. I used to really disadvantage your tanks, and now it's just kind of... Ooh. That's the change with the nade there, doing quite a bit of damage to himself.
Yeah, and... Oh.
Previously, that nade would have just been all butter for him. There's the KT.
Mm-hmm.
Ahead of the Pershing, actually.
I feel like... And KT, I still think it's a trap unit in ones. Especially on a wide map like Faymonville, like Nub has mined up his flanks like crazy.
Okay, T4 was a mistake.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting commentary from the chat.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Pershing versus KT. We get the heavyweight slugger out. It's like the pay-per-view match. You know, it's what you want to see.
Yeah, right within a minute of each other too. That's impressive. Oh, there's the Vet 3 50 cal. KT sees it and
about to send it back home and goes for the rifles.
Well, that's one way for the Hellcat to vet up quickly is to get penetrations on the KT. You can tell Havoc's worried about those Pack 40s.
Yeah, he's definitely standing, like playing. Both of them have been using this house in the mid really well for coverage.
Yeah. Wow, that Vet 350 cal could go down here. One more shot. It's gone.
Down it goes. That's rough.
Meanwhile, Pershing's on the flank, just kind of chasing off these Wehrmacht infantry. He's got to be concerned. I know he's assuming that the Pack 40s are in the middle somewhere. But what you don't want is for your Pershing to chase aggressively, hit a mine, and then just get jumped by a couple of packs. But he's going to chase these Grens anyway. How far is Havoc going to dive?
Go for the white.
Vet 3 Grens smoked.
Gone. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's why I like this map so much. Like, you just see so much side play in this map with how it's set up, how wide and shallow it is, that you just don't get on some other maps, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially with all the cover so well positioned. It's just like you were pointing out, it's just like such a well-considered map.
Yeah. And then it's so wide, I feel like the Pershing speed is perfectly suited for this. But this is like Havoc, you know, not using any of the IC upgrades. I feel like you're probably missing out not going MSC. In the improvised armor, the heavy barrels, the like repair aura, and you can still build the captain now. So like lately, MSC has been my go-to for USF. But don't take advice from me. I'm just a, you know, 1500 elo scrub.
That's the same thing I am, and I love MSC. Greyhounds are my life. But ISC heavy weapons has been really fun lately too, playing with a heavy
oh my god,
build.
these rifles just melted.
I don't think I've ever seen Havoc get this many units played.
Yeah, he's actually like way down on units right now. He's got the Pershing.
5 squad.
Yeah, no, he like totally swapped the field. Now the Pack 40s are here. Couple of nice hits, but even with the first strike bonus, not a ton of damage. Now the rifle's on top of him. And
they need to pull it off.
It'd be really nice if the KT was there to like smash these rifles for pushing.
Is the Pershing vet yet? Oh, it's so close.
No, well, at least it doesn't vet up as fast as it used to. It used to just like
it would be
blink
vet right now.
and it'd be vet 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually the Black Prince vets up like crazy as well. Like it gets on the field and before you know it, it's vet 3. Like how did that even happen?
And using the Hellcat's range so well.
And Havoc getting a bulldozer out. I think Havoc thinks he can work around the flanks of the KT. And so he'd rather have something to deal with the packs and the Panzer Grenadiers. But that might be a mistake now with a P4 on the field to escort, or at least be like the hammer to the KT's anvil.
Does he have OQ for it? No, he does not. So he doesn't have that vet active yet.
That bundle grenade hurts.
Ooh.
But the P-Grins are pinned. Engineers riding the Pershing. Pershing's gonna roll right up on the P-Grins.
No.
Oh, they break. Oh, he went for the crush. Oh,
that was close.
That was so close to them just getting run over.
Nade on the packs.
Oh, that was a big hit on one. They're back for heals.
Before just throwing some trade up. How many munis does Havoc thing? 100, so he could go for it. There's no snare threat.
Bulldozer meets a KT in a vet 3 pack 40.
Yeah. Guess he's trying to get the bulldozer to be able to pressure
one more
the,
shot. Bulldozer.
Oh my god.
That was fast.
We're rolled off the production line into the scrap pile. Interesting that the it's kind of using the P4 to like screen the Pershing. Oh, we got the vet.
Oh, the vet crew shock ability plus the rear armor. This is a dead P4.
Caught in the 50 cal here too.
Havoc lost another 50 cal. Oh, is he trying?
Deny his own pack. Maybe
Wow.
thought the engineers were going for it at first. That's the beauty of OQ though with this build though. You just get the vet pack right back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Oh, he's gonna try to crunch the KT. He's going for it, I think.
Oh, he's got a good flank with the Hellcat. The Pershing's in danger though with these pack 40s here. Oh, the Hellcat hits a mine. He's going for the flank. Oh, this is going all wrong for Nub, or not for Nub, for Havoc.
Pershing's locked out and still 10 seconds out in HVAT.
Yep. Hellcat flips around.
Oh, he's just going for
KT
throwing snares on it.
and a Pack 40 cleared.
Packs down.
The Pershing is safe for now, but not able to push this KT. Maybe he will. Maybe he's like, I've cleared one Pack 40, found the other one.
He's got the cruise shot coming in, right? Oh yeah.
Oh, but it hits a mine too.
Oh my.
All right.
It's like watching a really good players play my game. Oh no!
Then both tanks immediately traded out. Oh,
that leaves them 3 for 3 squads. The manpower advantage definitely goes to Havoc with the rifles. Someone just hit a mine. Oh no! Those rifles go down because of that with the contempt.
Oh.
That's tragic. Just when that was a huge advantage for Havoc.
Well, so looking at the army composition, 3 P-Grens and a Pack 40 against 3 rifles and a Hellcat. I think Nub is still in a good spot. The problem is VPs. Actually, he's flipped it on tickets. He has an advantage over Havoc now.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely feeling like he was in a bad spot till that rifle just got wiped. I think that was a big change.
Yeah, because Vet Zero rifle is just not going to answer the mail here.
Maybe he was just pushing for holding the VP a little longer there with that push.
Yeah.
Going for the Hellcat ride out and engineers to mid.
And no survival training.
Yeah, he still hasn't touched it.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, you get into that point. And meanwhile, Nub quadrupling down, going for Stas trooping. The rifle, I love this from Havoc. Look at him using the stationary Hellcat as green cover. Are they invincible when they're riding on the tank? That's gotta be a bug. Look at that.
So that's how it is. You can't target them when they're on the vehicle. And they changed it so they used to get dismounted by force in combat, and the tank would get all messed up, which is why it was so you would never put them on the tank. But now you can just do this, and then as long as the tank's on hold fire or target vehicle, and the turret doesn't engage, it won't kick them out. So you can do this kind of stuff.
I mean, it's cheeky.
So they dropped the rifle model? No, they didn't. No, that was the XP going to them.
Oh no. The P-Grens finally take some damage. Oh, the double Pack 40 show up. The Hellcat
dominating mid, but playing the VPs with the low HP rifle.
Like, and now these P-Grens can advance on these rifles freely. All right, here's the bundle grenade on retreat. Oh, that's a nice grenade.
And that contempt for the weak just getting wipes all game.
Oh man, that was a nice pickup from Nub and Havoc. Yeah, Havoc throws in the towel.
I wonder if the contempt for the weak plus like the P-Grens just being so performative is just throwing off the judgment a little bit on the wipes.
Yeah, because you got to leave. You got to quit the fight earlier than you normally would because they'll do so much additional damage. Yeah, I think that's a fair point.
Especially when you're trying to also not set yourself up into a grenade. Like there's a lot to think about. We're just trying to retreat from the fight with some P-Grens.
Yeah. Oh my God, Havoc made 7 rifle squads in that game.
Yeah, between that, the captain, like there was just a lot getting wiped out. It was crazy.
Which, to be fair, like I appreciate that kind of play. Like I like when, like to your point, heavyweight fight and they go in there throwing haymakers. They're not like trying to be too cute with it. I appreciate that.
No, that was a fun game to watch. It looked like a really good version of how my games go. Just everyone playing better.
Yeah, it's a good way, I think, to use a heavy weapons battle group for Havoc, right? Because he went rifles at the start and then flipped into Weapon Support Center, Giga Trucks.
Yeah, I was hoping to see the motor pool anti-tank guns all in on the team weapon, heavy weapon side. That's been really fun. But playing against those P-Grens, I mean, you gotta. You can't be goofing around too much on your opener, so I get why he did what he did. But I think he ended up just disadvantaged all game without the AT guns to keep up versus the packs. They were just crazy, especially with that camo. I think that was one of the really big things too. Those packs would have been spotted. They picked off the half tracks a few times because they had the camo changes in play. It was really big for them. Yeah. Big return to form for packs being in camo this patch, I feel like.
Yeah, it's it's funny because Wehrmacht gets both, like at the camo MG and the camo pack. and in both cases, that like it's funny because the weapon is already the best variant of that team weapon in the game, right? MG42 is the best machine gun, and the Pac 40 is the best AT gun. But now you're giving it the camouflage, so like the setup time. Because remember a few patches ago they nerfed the setup time on AT guns to 2.5 seconds. I actually think they should do that for MGs, but I think it kept people from just being able to attack move AT guns across the map. But now with the camo AT guns, you still kind of can.
Yeah, as long as they're not like zipping around too much, you can kind of creep up. As long as you have some sort of vision provider. If the unit's just not thinking, like, it's just easy to forget about them because they can creep up on you. Or you have it on hold fire, bait them in before they know it exists, and get an early kill on something too when it tries to challenge your vehicle to a fight. Particularly with like the Stummel, you can just kill them with kill their momentum. It's not as good as it used to be, but you can still hit them with the Willow Pete snare to set up a pretty good follow up for your pack, or vice versa. The pack hits, then you follow up with the Willow Pete and do an LV, and that'll usually kill it.
Yeah, he actually tried that earlier, and it wasn't quite enough damage to knock out the quad 50. I
think losing the scout ended up being really rough for Havoc. Just because having no flare, or just especially with the changes to revision, I think this was a game where really demonstrated why that was a big change. Lacking the scout unit, flare in one package. No way to really just suss out those packs and make like a committed play around them, and they were just relevant. Like those packs were past the VP multiple times versus all those rifles and 50 cals and still getting shots off. Playing around his infantry and KT once that was out, or the Brumbar, when normally they would have just been getting plinked from a distance, and having to stick more behind the Brumbar, not letting it push as far forward. So I think that was a pretty big swing. Also, Havoc going for the no second scout into the engineer.
On a map this wide, right? Like I think that you suck it up and you rebuild the scout, because now you've got your rifles, like your combat screening units that need to be hunting down those packs so that your vehicles can roam free, are doing capping on the flanks.
I don't know if he can just suck it up though, especially when you're pushing through. He doesn't have the he was in a position, right? He had the captain to replace. He went for T4, so he didn't have the economy behind it, and he couldn't pivot away because he already invested into T4. So he couldn't just like build that, let all the fuel go to waste, and then buy an infantry upgrade after he'd lost a lot of the value from it at that point too. I don't know if MSC was just like a better play, because then he doesn't have the captain early on. It's easy to say in retrospect, like, oh, the captain died, so MSC would have just been a better value retrospect. But I think like that's overly focusing on the captain dying on the flank there. With a lot going on the map, like such a wide map, there's so much going on.
I wonder if like early advanced logistics might have flipped that, because then he's not short on manpower and he can just play the slightly freer hand, but you get your vehicles out a little bit later, right?
Or getting into the timings around that T4, should I have done this, should I have done that? I don't think I can call Havoc on that at that point.
No, not at all. I'm just thinking about it from like an optimization point of view. And then FK 9D, I don't know how to read that, but 50 cal, isn't 50 cal best MG due to damage reduction? So I wasn't really including the 50 cal in that conversation because it's like a battle group upgrade. I think the 50 cal probably is the best MG. You get the damage reduction, you get the better suppression. It probably does less damage than the MG42 to infantry somehow. But yeah, 50 cal, you can argue.
I mean, if you're gonna recall the 50 cal into the conversation, it's also got to be compared to like the camo MG42 at that point. You could say one's a little bit better just because the 50 cal is a default pick, so it has nothing going against it versus heavy gunnery. But I mean, did we see heavy gunnery get used this game? I felt like it was just picked because he intended to not build an MG rather than utilize it itself. So that was interesting. I'm not sure if he even had a chance to use it, let alone have the munitions and all that at the same time to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, and I think because he swapped the 251 into the Stummel so early, that was pretty much it. That was going to be his opportunity. Maybe
Yeah,
late in
but
the game with the
versus
P4.
with the fast half track out, there's not really much else to do with it. It's too risky to move at MG range, especially when a unseen Zook could board and come flying around the corner in a damage reduction ATHC. Those things are crazy.
Oh yeah, with the what's that assault ability they get? Like
Yeah,
reckless
the reckless
assault.
assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it's been buffed and how easily it is to access it. It's just such a basic threat. It feels a bit like playing against like DAC almost, where if you're just not ready for it and you don't have like an actual solution to the vehicles and just are hoping you can snare and play around it, install it, it's just gonna come crashing into you with rifles and flamers and just punish you. So just knowing it's an option means you have to kind of be like ready for them to swing it at you.
Yeah, I had a game earlier today where I finally got my half track out. I was up against a DAC player and he just dove me with Panzerjägers and he drove into my base to kill it. I'm like, all right, well, that's probably the game right there. And USF can now do the same thing with the half track and Zooks, because you can get 2 Zook squads in the back and make it really gross.
Yeah, I agree, Ackerman. Being, especially in heavy weapons, not like beelining the T4, just leaves you very flexible in what your options are to like play out the game in the long run. You can double down and go a little more aggro early on, or play out your upgrades into the long run for your Pershing. It gives you a lot of options. Whereas I feel like T4 just kind of denies you a lot of the flexibility that you get from the battle group by going it too early, especially having been forced. I think that was just unfortunate that he lost the half tracks though. Was really what made that look like a bad decision. If he had the ATHEs backing it up, he could have really checked the Brumbar a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, because I know you can put 2 squads in the assault half track. I have to test that. I don't know that off the top of my head.
Messed around with it. It has some weird interactions. I think you can get. I think I've seen people shoot 3 Zooks out, but I'm not sure if that's like a bug or if I'm just blind and can't see correctly. Yeah. I definitely had issues where I had a flamer board at one time into a ATHT, and it couldn't. There was no, everyone was shooting out besides the flamer.
Lame.
It was just the other 3 dudes, which was confusing. So I think it's some combination of the squads putting 3 guys out.
Yeah.
But that was super fun.
That was. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. That was a good game.
No, that's definitely a good one to watch.
Yeah, GG, well played, Nub, Havoc. Thanks everyone for joining us and posting questions, comments in the chat.